Now, the last video that we did left us at the where to buy this particular microcontroller, the FRDM K64 board. Now, the thing is that you have to be careful where you buy it because shipping and handling can go anywhere from $8 to over $20. So be careful where you get that. But even if you do get this at a reasonable price, you also will need to get a micro USB connector to connect up to the side here that's closest to the reset button. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to do a firmware update as it says here, because what we want to do is put into this board some stuff that will allow us to communicate between some software that we're going to download next called Kinetis Design Studio, connect that from here to here. So we're not going to do this upgrade because that is just for using embed. So we're going to get out of here and we're going to go, let me just zoom up to the top here and show you where this is. This is sager.com/opensda.html. So if you go all the way back here and slide down to the bottom, what we're going to do is download something called OpenSDA version 2. So if we zoom in a little bit, we're just going to click on this and we're going to say save file. Let's zoom out. And up here, because I'm using Firefox, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to just open this up here like this. And what it's going to do is, there it is sitting here. And what we want to do is take this file from here and put it onto this board. Now there's a very simple way for doing that, and one of the things that it mentions is hold down the button, and while you're holding down the button, put this into the computer. Put this in, and when you do that, and let's open up here while we're doing that, File Explorer, what we're going to see is this is now called bootloader. If we zoom in here, this is bootloader. And by holding this down and putting it in, it has made this bootloader here come up. So it allows us to now transfer files into the bootloader from here. Now what we want to do, and it's very simple to do, is extract to, and very simply we're just going to extract to bootloader and say OK. What that's going to do is it's going to take all this stuff, put it onto the bootloader here, and what you're going to see is that this has now disappeared. The bootloader has disappeared, but notice that this light is flashing. What that means is that we're ready to be able to download Kinetis Design Studio and then actually download code directly into the microcontroller using the JSager utilities. Usually when you do an Arduino type program, the first program they run is one that blinks a flashing LED. Now this one is a little different. This one is going to actually run red, green, and blue. Now red, green, and blue make up all possible colors. You can, on a TV set, the red, green, and blue can make any color in the spectrum. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push down this button here, and you notice the rate that we're getting our red, green, and blue is slower. If I press this button over here, we're going to see as the red, green, blue is going to be faster and faster, until it's going to go so fast that it's going to turn white. And pressing this button again is going to slow it down. So this is the program that we're going to eventually develop as we go through this, but we're going to understand every detail of how this works, right down to the hardware using schematics and so forth.